Okay, let's look at the forehand drive. Most people's strongest shot, possibly. One of the key shots in pickleball, particularly for those who want to maintain an aggressive edge, is the forehand drive. This shot can be a game changer, allowing you to hit powerful and precise balls that put pressure on your opponents. For senior players, focusing on the right techniques, tactics, and strategy will allow you to maximize your potential while minimizing strain on the body. So here's a breakdown on how to approach the forehand drive to improve your pickleball game. 1. Mastering the technique, building a strong foundation. While pickleball is generally low impact, focusing on solid technique can improve performance and reduce the risk of injury. Very important. Here are some tips for executing the forehand drive with proper mechanics. Positioning and stance. Ready position. Begin with your feet shoulder width apart, knees slightly bent, and weight evenly distributed. This keeps you agile and ready to move. Grip. Use the continental grip. Have a handshake with your paddle, or slightly toward the eastern grip if it feels more comfortable. The paddle should feel natural in your hand with a relaxed grip, allowing for flexibility in the wrist movement. Stance. For a solid forehand drive, step into the ball with your non-dominant foot. If you're right-handed, step with your left foot and vice versa for the left-handers. This forward step transfers your body weight into the shot for added power. Swing mechanics. Backswing. Keep the paddle low and close to your body as you begin to swing. Avoid over-rotating your shoulder, as this can throw you off balance and make the shot less consistent. Follow through. Swing from low to high, ensuring you finish with your paddle pointing towards the target. Low and high. The motion should be smooth and controlled, with a natural follow-through above shoulder height. Top spin. If you can add some top spin to your forehand drive, this can make it more difficult for your opponents to return the shot. Focus on brushing the ball slightly upward during your spin to create this effect, making the ball drop more sharply after clearing the net. Here's a tip. Mentioned before, do not have a long backswing. The forehand drive has a short backswing with a punchy aspect to it. As mentioned before, generally speaking in pickleball, you should see your paddle with your peripheral vision at pretty much all times. So in terms of that forehand drive, should be there, and it's a punchy shot. You don't be bringing it all the way back here. Body awareness. Right. Core engagement. Engage your core muscles to help generate power without relying solely on your arm. Okay. And this, of course, reduces the strain on your shoulders and your elbow. Balanced footwork. Keeping your weight balanced and avoiding leaning too far forward or too far backward is absolutely essential. Staying light on your feet makes it easier to adjust to different shots and ensures you can recover quickly. Here's a tip. Use your whole body to drive the ball forward as hard as you can. Bend your knees, side on, and lean upwards into the shot. This way, you'll maximize power and you'll have control over the ball. 2. Tactics. So, Paddy, when do we blooming well use the forehand drive? Right, in pickleball, Strategy, as you know, plays a significant role, especially for us seniors who need to preserve energy while maintaining competitiveness. Understanding when and how to use the forehand drive will help you dictate the flow of the game. Attacking short balls. One of the best times to use this forehand drive is when your opponent hits a weak, short shot that bounces higher than normal. This gives you the chance to step in and drive the ball with speed and precision, forcing your opponents to scramble. Here's a tip. Attack a high bounce in the kitchen with a forehand drive. Sometimes you'll get a lob or a shot. Sometimes it's even mishit and it's really high and it comes and it lands into the kitchen. Remember, let it bounce and then you can use your forehand drive to put it away. Just don't volley it because you're in the kitchen. Okay, here's another tip about attacking short balls with your forehand drive. Don't be afraid to run around the ball to get into position for a forehand drive. If the ball is coming at you, even if the ball is coming sort of towards your backhand and you feel you've got the time to do it, don't be afraid to run around and use your forehand drive instead of your backhand. But beware, not all the time. Excuse me. Don't do this all the time. And always make sure you work on your backhand. Don't rely on your forehand all the time. Targeting weaknesses. Pay attention to your opponent's weaknesses. If they have a weak backhand, consistently aim your forehand drive to that. Sometimes also many players struggle to handle low, fast shots. So focus on hitting deep to their feet to limit their ability to return with power. Tip: use topspin if you can to drive the ball hard over the net so it dips down to their feet. Always a good idea. Catching opponents off guard. The forehand drive can be an excellent shot to use unpredictably during rallies. For example, after a series of soft drinks or soft dinks or slower shots, switching to a forehand drive to disrupt your opponent's rhythm is a great idea. Mix up the pace of your shots to keep your opponent guessing. Third shot drive versus third shot drop. In traditional pickleball strategy, many players prefer the third shot drop to neutralize their opponents and move into the non-volley zone. However, for senior players who want to stay aggressive, the third shot drive can be a smart option, especially if your opponents stay near the baseline or have weaker defensive skills. When executing the third shot drive, aim low over the net and target their feet or backhand side to force an error. Tip: this is a very good option for aggressive players. If you come from tennis, this will come naturally to you, but don't overdo it. Also use the third shot drop. Another tip: aim for a low forehand drive just over the middle of the net. This can be a good option that makes your opponents think about who will take the ball. And with a bit of luck, the ball will skim the top of the net and cause them even more difficulties. Don't we always hate that? Unless it's us that do it. All right, number 3, strategic considerations for senior players. Okay, while technique and tactics are crucial, strategy is equally important. As a senior player, developing a game plan that aligns with your strengths, fitness level, and long-term sustainability is essential for consistent success. Preserve your energy. Use the forehand drive strategically, allows you to finish points faster and avoid long rallies that can wear you down. By driving the ball when you see an opportunity, you can keep rallies short and increase your chances of winning points efficiently. Play smart, not hard. Okay, at higher levels of pickleball, players rely on placement and shot selections as much as they do power. So focus on hitting accurate drives rather than simply trying to overpower your opponent. Aim for the middle of the court to minimize on mistakes, but also sometimes the sidelines or the feet of your opponent to force them into awkward returns. Now, here's the thing with the forehand drive tip. Remember, and you'll hear this a lot, power isn't everything. Good placement with your forehand drive will probably bring you more points than simply blasting it the whole blooming time. Someone once said, precision beats power, timing beats speed. Use your strengths. As a senior player, you may find that your endurance and movement speed aren't what they once were. That's okay. We're all getting a bit older. Pickleball rewards strategic thinking. If your forehand drive is a strong shot, build your strategy around setting it up. Work on positioning yourself in rallies so that you have more opportunities to use your forehand and force your opponent into weak returns. Tip: also develop your backhand drive. Don't just focus on the forehand drive. It is great fun to run around everything and just hit it as hard as you blooming can. We all love to do it, but it ain't gonna win you lots and lots of pickleball games. Stay injury free. One of the most important considerations for us seniors is to avoid injury. The forehand drive is a shot that, if done improperly, can strain the shoulder or elbow. Focus on your swing mechanics and listen to your body. Don't be afraid to dial back the power if it means staying injury free in the long run. Tip: some people focus on this forehand drive shot too much and don't develop the rest of their game. Hitting a powerful, full-blooded forehand drive is loads of fun, although this can bring quick results when playing in the lower ratings, and it'll make you feel wonderful. When you get to 3.5, you may find it difficult to improve your rating as you don't have the rest of your game, especially your soft game. So beware. Okay, so let's conclude. The forehand drive is an essential shot that can elevate your pickleball game, especially for senior players looking to maintain an aggressive edge while playing smart and efficiently. By focusing on proper technique, understanding when to use the drive, and building a strategy that suits your strengths, you can use this powerful shot to your advantage. With regular practice and strategic adjustments, you'll soon find that the forehand drive not only improves your gameplay, but also makes pickleball even more enjoyable. And I'll finish again. However, do not always rely on driving the ball. Make sure you develop your soft game. If you only drive the ball all the time, your chances are that you will not get above a rating of 3.5. Okay, so you have been warned. Use the forehand drive, use it effectively, but don't rely on it all the time. Okay, let's leave it there. Catch you soon. Bye for now.